Now the question is, do you really wanna be free? Cause there's only two choices I see, and this life or death eternally. Yeah. So which one do you choose? Do you really want rest for your soul? And are you willing to let him take control? And let his will be done in your soul. Yeah. Cause he life over death. Never had a need for taking a second guess. Cause the problem is we do too much thinking ourselves. He's the life that we should live, that we should live. Life over death. Life over death. Yeah. Never had a need for taking a second guess. Yeah. The problem is we do too much thinking ourselves. He's the life that we should live. And just life over death. Yeah. That's what it took for me to understand, yeah, that it wasn't all about me. It was the day that I let go of my plan and decided to let he that dwelleth within me become seniority over everything. Yeah. Now that I have
Greetings, salutations, everybody. Finally, I've come back to YouTube and Facebook. Let me know you guys can hear me. Let me know you can hear me very well before we get going. Let me know, throw up a one, throw up a one, throw up a one. Let me know you can see me, but I'm happy to be here. I really am. That you can hear me. You can see me, obviously, but I want to know if you can hear me. But I'm happy to be here. It's been a long 2 weeks. I know I was gone last week. It's not my fault. I was in a meeting and it went over. You know how those meetings go with church. They're saying, oh my God, we're going to be out early. And then the time keeps clicking. As a leader, I have to be there, so I can't check out like that. So I'm sorry, Limitless, but I am here. But yeah, it's been a crazy week. I was in Detroit last week and had a lot of things going on. No, last week before last, I was in Detroit. This week, I was doing a whole lot, recordings, getting ready for a major rehearsal for something that's coming up later this year. It's something that's going to be big. I think you guys are going to like that. But man, closing prayer is always crazy. Wait a minute. Closing prayer is usually like 45 minutes. You know, they come on, you gonna get it. You know, them closing prayers. I always wondered why in closing prayers, they always seem to go in like that. Like you wondering, like, what in the world is going on? Why are you praying like this? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I just can't take it. Why are you still on there? That song, if you're wondering who that was on that was Sarita Campbell. That's one of my favorite artists. She has a great vibe. I actually worked with Javon on doing that record. But I like her vibe. I mean, for crying out loud, she keeps allowing me. I'll play a lot of her songs. She got so many. But if you want to know who that is, that's Sarita Campbell. If you go to Apple Music, go pick up her music. I mean, she's pretty dope, though. I like her style. She's pretty versatile. I mean, ironically, that's what she calls herself. But she's versatile. She can do church. She can do urban. She raps. She can actually speak in Spanish. I mean, she's an amazing artist. So if you want to hear some great music, her name is Sarita Campbell. Okay? So I know why you guys are here. We're going to get to that. Let me get off of this. So a lot has happened, but we haven't forgotten so much. What are we at? 21 now? 21. That's a lot. But without further ado,
Can I get an amen?
Preachers Going Wild 21. Now, that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I'm just going to roll this first one. You tell me what you think about this. We'll talk about it on the other end. Let's go.
Whether it's a shout out of my mouth, whether it's a run around the church, let everything that have breath praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise Him, praise Him.
Yeah. Listen, I know how he feels. Now, I never had to play the drums like that. I never had to do the drums, but I did play bass one time at a church. The organist didn't show up, and it's actually on YouTube now, where I played bass by myself, playing chords with just me and the drummer. And if you don't know how to do that in the service, that was crazy for me. Bass players that play chords, I salute you. I bow to you. You have all my credit and all my accolades I could ever throw at you, because that was the hardest service I ever had to play. To have to play chords and do bass at the same time. And if you want to shout, you got to think like a lead player. And I'm playing the 5-string with 45 gauge. So my hands were on fire. I usually use 40. But if I'd known it was going to be me, I'd have brought my 6-string out. It'd have been easier. But I had my 5-string. Like I said, those bass players, with 45s, chording is a little difficult unless you have, maybe an MTD American, maybe a custom made. But 45s for me is not good to chord with. And so I was doing it. And it's actually a video. I'm not going to post it. You got to find it. But it's a video of me playing this service by myself with just bass. And it was crazy. My brother does that too all the time with him and the drums. Yeah, it's not. Pull my video up. Oh, no, I'm not pulling it up, Josiah. That's not going to happen, bro. You're going to have to find that one. But yeah, and I would say that's something I don't like to do. I actually hate doing it. It's not fun at all to do. Anyway, but let's go to the next clip. Let's keep it going. Now, throw a 1 if you thought that was too much. Throw a 2 if you thought that was okay. Me personally, he was okay to stand up. I've seen organists do that before. But when he was standing on top of the organ bench, I think that was a little bit too much. I think that's when you crossed over from praise to one to be seen. So throw a 1 if you thought it was too much. Throw a 2 if you thought it was okay. It was acceptable. Me personally, I think it was too much. I think we're allowing too much. I think we're allowing people to just take away from what service is supposed to be. You're there to worship, you're there to shout, you're there to praise God, but that drew attention from God to them. And that's when it becomes entertainment. And anything that's entertainment in church is not good. I mean, I was raised old school, so if you did that, they was going to scoop you up and run you up out of there. I know the old mothers of the church, they was going to be like, oh no, we're not doing that. They'd be so upset with you, like, that's not going to happen. And my mom would have been like, okay, let's get this belt. You about to get this right now. So I don't know. It was too much. Play it again. Okay, Mark, here we go. Where is it? Yeah, that's too much. It was too much for me. It was. But let's go to the next clip.
If people feel just that way, I'm not gonna forgive you, Tay, because you took what Daddy had laid up for me. Well, but that was designed by
That was so rude. And it just threw off everything. Now, back and see, I'm telling you, growing up old school, you would have got that super uppercut if you would have did something like that. They would have been like, you'd have been sitting down when they let me do that. That would have been bad. I promise you, I would have got whooped so bad had I done that. That was crazy. You don't walk in front of somebody while they preaching. Then your mama teach you to go behind them. I'm like, girl, what is going on with you? This is what we do? Where you just gonna get up and walk in front of the preacher like that? Where they do that at? Thank you. I appreciate that. That was right on point. Give a hand to him right there. Thank you. But anyway, let's go to the very last clip. I think you guys are gonna get a trip out of this. Would you play? Play for me.
Use for a subject. I give my ass away so he can use me. I give my ass away so he can use me. The youth need to give their young ass to God. Broken ass, sick ass, uneducated ass, lying ass, deceitful ass, sinful ass, dumb ass, smart ass, disobedient.
Oh boy. Here we go.
What do you guys think about that? At some point, you got to understand these people just want to cuss. They just want to cuss. Seriously, if you go into a church, they want to cuss. I mean, it's getting to the point where you having conversations in church and people just want to cuss in church. They want to cuss in the mic. They having conversations outside. You don't know if you're in a tavern or if you're in the church. This woman just said, I give my, first of all, what do you think she was saying? She was basically saying in a nice way that she belonged to the streets. Because you want to give your tail away for somebody to use you, what would you saying? And I saw a clip that's going to come next week, Preachers Going Wild 22. We are using Boaz's name to cuss now. We're using Boaz's name because his name was Boaz. I'm sure Boaz somewhere like, bro, it's just the name. Why y'all throwing my name with a cuss word? Why are we doing that? But this is where we are. This is where we are because like I said before, we're like children. We need to be entertained. So they're finding entertainment, but it's not necessarily the entertainment you want in church, which is weird to say that. Who wrote, real quick in the comment section, who wrote I Give Myself Away? Who wrote that song? Real quick, who wrote that song? Somebody real quick in the comment section, tell me who wrote I Give Myself Away so that you may use me. I need to know. Because if you think that you're doing something by cussing in the mic like that, I got something for you. That's not true. You're doing everything wrong. That's not the way we're supposed to. William McDowell, thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm sure he don't like it. I'm sure he doesn't like it. Now, if you remember in Preachers Going Wild number 20, we talked about this guy right here. Let me move myself over because this is going to be fun right here. This guy right here. Remember we talked about this. Well, it turns out he got his little 18-year-old, now 19-year-old wife, daughter, whatever. He got her pregnant. She's pregnant, and it started an uproar. Last week, I was doing so much, I wanted to go live on this, but we're here this week. What do you guys think about this? This man is in his 60s. I think he said 63, but somebody say 68. Somebody that knows, could you please tell me for real what this man's age really is? But he had a 20, she's 19 now, and she has a baby by him. Tell me what you think about this. I expressed last week how I felt about it. I said, I'm mixed about it. Why are you mixed about it? Because she's 18. She's essentially grown. There's really nothing you can do about it. Those of us who were 18, we know how we were when we were 18. I'm grown. You can't tell me nothing. But that suit combination is bad. He loves those colors, don't he? He loves those colors. Oh, she's 18? I thought she was 19 now. I think they said she's 19 now. Thank you, Miss Lynn. I think they said she's 19. But tell me what you think about that, man. It turns out she was pregnant. The reason why I brought this up, because when I posted the picture last week, some people say it doesn't look like she has a pudge back down there. So it looked like you guys were right. She is pregnant, which is weird. I mean, some people say it's sick. Some people had a lot to say about it. I said my piece. If you want to know what I felt about it, go back to my YouTube page. It's still there. You can look and see what I said about it. I said a lot. Like I said, I will tell you I was mixed about it, and you watch the video, I'll tell you why. But I thought this was crazy, but not as crazy as this guy right here. If you do not know who this man's name is DAWKINS. And this man has found his way to Preachers Going Wild because he decided that it'd be a good idea to have sex with another man and it be videotaped. OnlyFans dude. And it got videotaped and it's circulated around. And it started a whole shebang of things. And whereas we've covered this numerous times, and I think we're going to cover it more because there's a situation in our churches we refuse to deal with. One of those is sexuality. So this will be a story over and over and over and over and over again. And you can repeat that to infinity because it's going to happen because we never address these issues. We never have these talks. So this will find its way to Preachers Going Wild all the time. But this man was dumb enough to have himself videotaped with another man. But here's the kicker. You ready for the kicker? You ready for the kicker? The kicker is this man has a family. He has a wife and children. So imagine how devastated his wife was to find this out. And you be dumb enough. Listen, if you were ever to encounter something with me, I'm going to throw your phone so far up Willow Creek that you would think that it's an airplane. Listen, I'm IT, so I'll probably program something that kills all phones. Second you walk in, your phone power down. I'm serious. I'm not going to do all that. Because if I know I'm going to lose, it's a lose for me if I get found out. Which bring me to this. Those of you who do dirt, I'm not here to judge you. This is not a judging platform. Okay, I don't judge people. You do what you do. But I have to ask you, why don't you protect yourself from issues that can destroy you? And why are you dealing with people who have nothing to lose? If you have more to lose than them, why would you deal with them? If you are a pastor, why would you deal with some low-level, scally Madden King that ain't got nothing? Him pulling you down in more ways than one is something that you can't live with. What's up, Khalil? We talking about this guy right here. And you are married with a family. I feel so sorry for them because more importantly, the children. Because I work in childcare, y'all don't believe the conversations that young children have. I'm going to continue to say that. I'm talking 3, 4, 5, 6, and up to 12 years old. Well, 12, they pretty much talking about the world then. But I've heard conversations. So you think these children are going to go to school and somebody's not going to say something to them about it? No, because the world knows now. And some of you individuals were posting it. Now, having said that, let me say this. If you are a woman and your man is requesting to see this video, that right there, my ma'am, where is it? I can't find you. Wait, I'm going to find it one day. It's here somewhere. Here it is. That's a huge red flag. Because your man should not be trying to find a video of a man having interpersonal relations with another man. That's not a video you should be looking for. But it found its way here, and here we go. Preachers Going Wild 21. This is crazy. And it's like I said, look, weekly, I'm already set pretty much to almost the end of summer to fall. I have Preachers Going Wild all the way to the fall. Video after video. And it's just like when I'm about to post something else happens. And it finds its way here. This is crazy. This is crazy, y'all. Wait, the video, well, I wouldn't say suspect. Bro, they not suspect. They've been arrested, indicted, tried, convicted, and executed. They are all of that. So yeah, thank you. Oh man, Keybase, what's up, man? So this is crazy. All this is crazy. But anyway, now let's move on, because I like to keep these shows kind of quick. I hope y'all can appreciate that. Now, let's move on. I'm a little bit under the weather. I've been out. I need to start wearing my coats, y'all. I'm the kind of person, when I see the sun out and I see it's March, I kind of think it's spring is coming. But God, you know, he has a sense of humor. He's like, watch this, watch this, watch this. And then I go outside and it's like 40 degrees below and I ain't got a shirt on and I'm paying for it right now. I've been kind of under the weather a couple of days, but here I am. But anyway, I saw this video was sent to me. Thank you. I can't remember who sent to me. I can't remember who sent this stuff to me. But this right here is something that has earned the right to be. Let me move him out the way. Okay. The doofus of the week is this guy who's decided. Now, those of us who go to the airport like me, you already know going to the airport can get you in some situations. You get mad at the people at the airport because they can be rude. I was going out of town. This lady was very rude to me. I could have acted the same. But somebody really quick in the comment section, tell me what happens if I try to fight an attendant in the airport. Tell me what happens. Real quick before we start this video. Tell me what happens if I was to get so mad and I start fighting the agent at the counter. What's going to happen to me? Real quick, just somebody real quick. Type that real quick as you can. Quick as you can. I'm watching. Quick as you can. What happens if Derek gets it to you? Thank you. Thank you. You are going to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You're going to jail. And if you drop the soap, it's gonna be one for you. Well, if you think this person not going to jail, you got something else coming.
Hey, well, I would have took him off. I want to see my son, my nigga. I would have took him off the plane. I want that fade, bro. I need that fade, my nigga. I need that fade, my nigga. I need that fade, bro. I need that fade, bro. I need that fade, my nigga. Come on, man. They called security a minute ago. Hey, stop! No! No! I need that fade, my nigga. What's She called security 10 minutes ago. She called the police 10 minutes ago. Where is the police? Don't even say 911 quick. No. Hey, brother, come on, man. Don't do that. Hey, brother, don't do that. Look, brother, don't do that. Brother, look. They're going to take you to prison tonight. They're taking you to jail. I'm going to whack one of you niggas. This is Homeland Security. You can't do that, brother. Come on, man. I'll whack one of you niggas. Come on, calm down. One of you, niggas. You can't put your hands on nobody, brother. No, brother, don't do it. He ain't gonna listen. Come on, brother. What's the nigga? Fuck off me, bitch. It's good. I'm good. William, I'm good, honey. I work maximum security. I can fight. I work maximum security. I'm good.
She said, I can fight. I work maximum security. Yeah, I can fight. Girl, I believe her. Yeah, I believe her because I promise you, she sounded like, look, them hood bandits, if for nothing else, the hood bandits can fight. I'm just saying, if for nothing else, Where's the security? They probably was chilling. If you notice, the men did not get involved. It was all women. It was all women trying to stop him. Did y'all notice? See, I watch stuff. I'm very observant. And it was all women trying to stop him. For me, that was crazy. You trying to fight all those people at the airport, and this is what you think is I mean, what's going on here? I didn't even got my scroller going. Here we go. Let's get the scroller going. But yeah, I don't know about that. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all tell me what y'all think. It was all women. The men stayed clear. And I would bet my last dollar, wait, would I be willing to do that? No, because I like them dollar menus and them dollar menus get you through, but for real. But no, I would bet my last dollar if it was a man that was taping this. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked because we so quick with the phone. We so quick to get this minute of fame, but you're posting on Facebook and not YouTube. You can make money if you put it on YouTube. If you think it's going to go viral, why would you post it on Facebook? Post it on YouTube. Make money off of it. Go try to monetize it. Put that video up and make money. I'm just saying, I would at least try to do that. So y'all tell me what y'all think. I think I would have lost my job that day. I believe I would have lost my job, but they were looking at him like, dude, is this really happening? I mean, he's stuck, dude. He stuck, dude. He really did. He stuck this dude. But speaking of being stuck, let's deal with it. I know this is why you guys are here. Let's deal with it. It was a night to remember last night. This is why you guys are here. Yes, I already know. This is why you guys are here. You are here to see what I have to say about this situation right here. And yes, you be right that I have a lot to say about this situation because this situation that we saw was one for the record books. We've seen Kanye jump on stage and take the mic from people. We've seen people do everything. I mean, we've seen a lot, but we've never seen this. Because Academy Awards, we know that's where the class, the dignified people are there. You know, you wear your best dress. You know, you got men in makeup. You know, men don't necessarily wear makeup unless it's a movie, but at the Academy Awards, they wear makeup. You got the women with the long dresses. I mean, I saw Jada Pinkett's dress. Somebody said it looked like collard greens. That was funny. I mean, we gonna get on that. But, you know, this is the Academy Awards. It's the dignified. It's the people. It's the ones. Those people are there. The elites are there. This is the show that they watch. So you have to be on your best behavior, boss. You cannot go and do stuff like we saw last night because I will tell you much later. But when I was watching this, it brought to mind something that happened, and I'm glad I found this video. So a fellow YouTuber shared this, Manosphere Daily, I think. But when I saw it, I remember it. I remember it when it happened. And it went something like this.
Yeah, I thought, what's up, dog? Yo, hey, I cannot let this go. This is unbelievable. Y'all put your hands together for the man who took the greatest ass whooping of all time. Let's hear it for Rodney King, y'all. Rodney damn King. Man holds the record. He holds the record for the greatest ass whooping on record.
Now, I want you guys to notice something. Let me give you a little history. Rodney King, if you don't know, was beaten by, like 4 or 5 cops with billy clubs. It was caught on video. I think those cops got off. But that became something that brought awareness to everybody of the brutality of the LA police towards Black people, particularly Black men. And it became a huge racial issue. That man suffered real injuries. He had some real situations that came subsequently to this beatdown that he just took. But the comedian took that issue that probably it would affected me. I think it would have affected many Black men probably would have been like, oh yeah, that's a tough one. But you see how he took that, right? He laughed, he had a good time with it. It's a comedian. Let me give you a little backdrop. Comedians like this guy behind me. That's why I chose Red Fox. He's one of my favorites. I heard many of his old, y'all know him from Sanford and Son, but he was a comedian before any of that. And he could rip you to shreds. This man was the best roaster you could ever imagine. How many of y'all know Red Fox? How many of y'all know Red Fox? If you know Red Fox, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Why are you showing? If you know Red Fox, you know he can rip. You know he can rip. And I heard one of y'all comments.
Oh, this gonna be good. Wait a minute. This gonna be good.
Oh, this gonna be good because I got my notes ready for y'all. I came, listen, pause in advance. I come prepared. I'm unlike some of y'all ministers. I actually come to church with my notes. But Red Fox was the deal. And he would roast you on major events. That's what they do. Comedians, and they don't care. They know that's the part of being a comedian. You go where other people don't go. Dave Chappelle does it. Chris Rock does it. All of the greats did it. Even Andrew Dice Clay did it. You know, even the weaker comedians do it. This is just what they do. When you come to situations like this, you cannot have a chip on your shoulder. You know they're going to take shots at you. You know they're going to do whatever, right? So last night, we experienced something that was pretty bad, if you asked me. Some people think it wasn't a big deal. I think it was a really big deal for a host of reasons. So I hope you guys are ready. Let me see some of your comments before we go on. Okay, so last night, Chris Rock made a reference to Jada Pinkett. She had low hair. Now, he said he didn't know she had alopecia. Now, somebody tell me, is that a deadly disease? I don't think it is. I think a lot of men suffer from that too. I think it's more common in men, actually. And women do suffer from it. Some of y'all lose y'all edges or you have little patches in your head. Having said that, I've seen women with perfectly good hair or could have just took a little bit off. I think y'all have damaged hair or whatever from the chemicals you put in or the burning that you do, and you go bald. I've cut a couple of them myself. So I know some of you like your hair low. I've seen some of you are good friends with me, and I've seen your hair. What Tiffany Haddish did, I don't know why she did it, but she had low hair. Sanaa Lathan, whatever her name, she had it, right? So it's kind of hard to tell if this is the new thing or if you got a real illness. So he thinking that, hey, this is one of those situations where you just cut your hair off. He could have went Wakanda. He could have said whatever. Hey, did you star in the new Black Panther movie? They could have used you. He made a joke. To me, he made a joke about G.I. Jane. She cut her hair because she was trying to fit in with other Navy SEALs. Now, we do know that this would never happen, but this was a movie. And it was an inspiring movie, especially to feminists. They used it to say, see, we just as good as men. But this video, he was talking about this haircut in particular. Okay? So he says to her, yeah, I said Black Panther. All right. Okay, I get that. I get that, Marco. That's fair. But he made this joke. Me, because I watched G.I. Jane, I understood what he was saying. G.I. Jane too. I'm there. Me personally, I laughed. And guess what? Everybody laughed, including the one person who knew she had alopecia was Will Smith. Right? He takes one look over to, now you see she was already mad. Now here's where the hypocrisy comes in. He was roasting people the whole time. He was saying some jokes. It was funny when there's everybody else. But when it came to you, now you have a problem. Now we don't know about your alopecia. You made light of it in your own videos. In case you haven't noticed, go to her page. She made videos where she was talking about her own self. So he made a joke. Everybody laugh. You laugh and you joke. Yeah, he's a comedian, whatever. But Will Smith, he decided to get active. So he decides to go to the stage. And instead of just laughing and kept his laughing, when he saw that look, he went to the stage and this is what happened. It was a huge slap. Let me move myself out the way because I don't want y'all to miss me. It was a huge slap. But now mind you, first of all, let me deal with this. It was not fake. Those of you who said it was fake, and it was not fake. Okay, there was a huge aftermath after this. You know, you saw his speech, you saw Tyler Perry, and everybody know about Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington coming to console him. If this was staged, why would they need to do that? Why would the police need to show up if it was staged? Why would every reputable news organization cover it if it was staged? If it's not staged. Will Smith got active because he felt like he needed to defend the honor of his wife. And a lot of you feel like he should have. Okay? First things first. We have a tendency in church to over-spiritualize everything, right? We over-spiritualize everything. And y'all saw this comment by Denzel Washington where it says, at your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you. Whereas this is true. Show me where Will Smith was preaching the gospel and was being elevated into the things of Christ, where the devil needed to attack him. If you can show me that, that's the context that fits perfectly in here. Let me be clear. God doesn't care about your Academy Awards. He doesn't care about your frivolous little awards that you get from men on earth. So for the devil to attack you at your highest moment, you had to have been doing something that God felt like that was being used for the glory of God or to build or edify the body. That's the only elevation that matters in the eyes of God. So when you carnal, you thinking, oh, I'm rising in the elevation of men, God doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about the Grammys. He doesn't care about the music awards. He doesn't care about the academies, the dove, the sword. He doesn't care about those man-made awards. He only cares about the building and the edification of his body. And if it's not that kind of edification, the devil doesn't care either, because he's celebrating with you because you're getting something that doesn't matter to God. So at your highest moment, even though I agree with Denzel, it does not matter here. You need to be careful when you over-spiritualize things that don't have nothing to do with the spiritual part of it. Because all these people get up and they say God, but they don't never tell who God is. They don't say Jesus, they don't say Yehoshua, they don't say Yahweh, they don't say nothing. They just say God, but God can be anything. God is a what, a pronoun? It's not a name, it's a title. So they all say he gave praise to God, and that is who? Who is that? Who is the God that they claiming to be? So when Denzel said this, and well, I saw this posted, he said that, and I think they said Will Smith said he said this to him. In what way does this, those of us who are in the body, in what way does this affect us? Does Will Smith come to our church, to our conferences? Does he tie to your ministry? What does this have to do with any of that? It does not. So let's throw the spiritual stuff out. That's not this here. This thing is predicated on one principle, and y'all ready for this word to kind of eludes all of us? Accountability and maturity, but mostly accountability. Owning up to what you're doing and just saying, hey, my bad on that. And we're going to get to that. And so, and another thing I've been seeing, hold on, let me see your comments. Right, okay, we're going to get to it. Listen, we're just not getting started. We're just not getting started. Now, I can leave my cash out if y'all want to give me some money. No, I'm just playing, I don't need it. But check this out. I don't like the whataboutisms either. That's another thing we tend to do. What about this? And what about this person? What about this person? We need to stop doing that. If you do something, it is you at that moment that you need to deal with. The issue that you dealt with, the issue that's at hand right now is what needs to be dealt with. Don't come and say, oh, this person did this, and what about this person did that? And what? We're not dealing with that. If you try that junk in court, they're going to be like, we don't care. You the one committed this murder. You're the one going to jail. But it seemed like when it's somebody that you care about, you like their work, and I like Will Smith. I think he's a great actor. He's one of, well, I wouldn't say one of my favorites, but I appreciate his work. I really do. But it doesn't take away from what he did. It doesn't take away with nothing that Chris Rock did. And I'm going to get to what I think was right or wrong. But we need to stop with that. Deal with directly the issue. Stay focused. This is how you deal with it. Stay focused on what you did. not what somebody else did. It has nothing to do with that. Which brings me to another point. Let me go back. I love you guys. I love all of you. We need to stop trying to control people's page. What somebody decides to post on their page, whether you're tired of it or not, that's their page. If they want to talk about this issue all day, let them, or unfriend them, or unfollow them. Don't get on Facebook telling them to shut up or wish y'all shut up about it. That is so rude. You act like children when you do that. This is social media. This is called a news cycle. It is going to run for at least 24 to 48 hours. That's called a news cycle. It's going to run. Why don't you just log off and let it run its course? If it bothers you so much, why do you do that? Because I'll wait. Where's my meme? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
I'll wait for you to do that right now. Because you need to go and delete some people and unfollow some people. Stop trying to control people what they post on their page. That's rude. We don't do that. You are worse than every other dictatorship in the world. You want to control what everybody posts. But if it's praise to you, you can take it all day. Pause, but not really. If it's praise to you, have y'all noticed that? That's the only time these people don't want you to shut up is when you're praising them. Oh, you're so great. Oh, the message you brought was so wonderful. When it's praise to them, they want to bask in this glory. But if it's something they just don't want to talk about or something they're not able to talk about, probably lacking the mental skills or debating skills to actually discuss it like adults, then y'all need to shut up about it. No, why don't you log off? I'm just saying. So if you have a problem with that, you can inbox me. But I'm trying to help you because that's very irritating. It's very childish. Now, let's move on. Some of you saying he punched him and he really didn't hit him that hard. Those of us who grew up in the streets, we know levels to this. There is a punch. But then there is a regular pimp slap. Pimp slap is an open hand slap. It's not meant to injure, okay? It's meant to make you behave. A lot of pimps, they call it a pimp slap, where they actually call it something else that I can't say on the live. But this is what it is. It's shut up or behave or know your place. So when Will did that, in essence, he was basically saying, hey, I got your number. 6'2", 200 versus 5'10", 150 on a good day. Oh yeah, he had his number. But that's the difference. It's the difference between an open hand slap. A backhand would have been pushing it. But a punch, this is why I think it was smart for him not to punch. Because a punch, it elevates the situation. It goes to a higher level. Now we're really going to fight. Now it's going to be a fight right then and there. If it's a punch. But it was a pimp slap. It was basically saying, recognize, feel the power and respect it. I'm not going to play with you. And then when he sat down, everybody, including you, thought it was a script until he said, keep my wife's name out your blanking mouth. And he said it twice. Then everybody was still saying, that's fake. Name a time when they will allow somebody to say something like that in the Academy Awards, and I will wait. Let me play it. I ain't even got it up. All right. So I just wanted to touch on that. Now, Chris Rock was wrong, not after his joke. Those of us who grew up in the hood, we already know. It's this line, this circle around your body. That if you do something, you say a joke, like those of us who grew up in high school, you used to rib. Back when I was coming, they say jiving on you, but now you say rib or roast or toast or flame you or whatever. We knew when somebody was getting upset. We could tell in their face. The way he was walking towards him, Chris Rock should have known something was going to happen. He stood there with his hand behind his back, but Will Smith was walking with purpose. And I think he really at that point probably should have been like, oh no, this dude active. And not saying he should fight, but good God, you stood there and took that slap on the side of your face. And now I'm really thinking, man, Chris, are you going to really come back from that? Because that was a slap. If you ever go to jail, dude, you're going to be somebody's girlfriend. It's dead serious. But like I said, Chris didn't know about her issues. But the joke to me, it was funny to me. How many of y'all thought it was funny? I mean, did you think it was funny considering the atmosphere? Me, I thought it was funny. I said, gee, I didn't know she had alopecia either. I don't know if y'all know this, but Jada Pinkett is not necessarily a first-class ticket now. People are not going and following her like that. That's why she does what she does, because she doesn't have attention. So she's constantly seeking validation. But people don't know that she had. A lot of people didn't know. Will knew, and he laughed until he saw her. Until he saw her, which that's the biggest issue, because that's a lose-lose. That's a lose-lose. Because everybody looking at Will Smith and say, oh, he from West Philly, he don't play that. But they forget Chris Rock is from Bed-Stuy. You got West Philly and Bed-Stuy. To be honest with you, that's equally bad. That's like West Side Chicago and Gary, Indiana. You pick your poison. So to say, but here's the thing, just because they grew up there don't mean both of them know, that's not saying they in that life. I mean, that's not saying they in that life. They just grew up there. I grew up in Gary, but a lot of people grew up in Gary don't mean that they actually out here active. So to say that, oh, he's from West Philly and he's from Bed-Stuy, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. Okay? Now, here's the part. We're about to get real sticky now. Close your eyes real quick. A joke is said like that. Will looks at his wife. She's upset. He walks up to the stage blindly, finds his way up there. He opens his eyes. He thinks he's going to see Chris Rock, but he opens up his eyes and he sees a white comedian. Does he slap him? That's a question. If it was not Chris Rock and it was a white comedian, would he have slapped that man on national TV? Or would he have exhibited some level of restraint in that part? I want you guys to answer this. Answer this question. If it was a white man and not Chris Rock, would there have been the same energy going up into that stage at the Academy Awards to slap this man? That's the issue that all of you missed. When it's a black man, you feel entitled to go and attack him, which is what you displayed on the TV in front of everybody so they can say, what? They're animals. They fight each other. They ghetto. You displayed this in front of everybody. This thing is bigger than you could ever imagine, because we all know you would not have done that. That's what made your energy, again, misguided. And my biggest question, had that been on the other foot and Tiffany Haddish been roasting him about August, roasting him about all this other junk, roasting it about, because we all know she emasculated him over the last 3 years. See, that's the biggest issue. Would she have done that for him? Or would have laughed? I believe she would have laughed, because she's been doing it. She's been destroying this man's reputation for the last 3 freaking years. Which brings me to this point. When you say he was defending her honor, where is his honor? When has anybody ever defended this man's honor? He went up there, and that shows you what kind of man he really is. Because after everything, we don't know about what he did exactly, because he was smart enough to keep his business in his house. But she put everything out there on him. The Tupac, the August, the entanglements, the entwinements, the interjudgments, everything that she could think to throw up with the inment in it, she did to him. But when it came down to this, she expected him to jump to her, the way she looked. And I'm pretty sure he saw that and he knew it's going to be something if I don't do something. It was a lose-lose situation for him. And it looks like she always gains her validation at the expense of Will Smith. At the expense of him. It was his reputation that was put on display last night. It was his reputation. It's his career that's in jeopardy. It's him that may lose that award, because they've already said that it's going to be something about it. They're going to do something about it. Where is this at? And here's the internet. The internet is undefeated. This the internet. This is what we saw. Because we all know this was what was going on. This is what was going on. We all know this. And when I saw it, when I saw the video and saw her face, I said, oh, this is what happened. Because we already know she had his nuts in the sling for the last 3 years. So while we talking about, I would have did it for my wife, let me explain this to you. You would have done it? I don't think so. Because most of y'all that said that on your third wife after you cheated on the first two, you wouldn't have done nothing. Because how you gonna say I'm gonna fight for her respect then when you did everything wrong before anybody ever said anything? So you can hush with that. You can stop. We can stop with that. That's cap. Okay, because you disrespected a woman worse in your glory days. So we can stop with that. This is not about that. This is not. He was not. I don't think he said he was defending his honor. I don't really think so. I think he was lost it. He had to do something. So this is the part that bothered me because I'm sitting up here like the many times she's did stuff. And look, I talk about this all the time. Every time, go back, even last night, every time it looks like Will Smith is about to do something great, here she comes with something. I swear, it's like clockwork every time. When it was about to be the Bel Air thing, she did something. When it was something 2 years ago, here come the entanglement. It's something that's like you are looking for validation and you gotta bring this man down for you to look good. That is not cool. That is not a queen to me. So you wanna say, I wanna defend her honor. Where's your honor? Because a king is only as good as his queen. And if his queen is destined to bring him down, that is not your queen. And that is not nobody you need to be putting your career on the line to defend. We gonna laugh. I'm gonna deal with this later, but I'm not about to get active. I'm sorry. Y'all can get mad. Y'all can call me anything, but there's no simp over here. Ain't no woman gonna run me in the ground and then I get up and ruin my career for her. That's not gonna happen. It's not to say I'm gonna let somebody talk about my wife. That's still my wife, but I'm not gonna throw my career down the line like that. That's just not, I'm not that person. So all of you that said he was wrong, I'm with you because there are better ways. But all of you that say you fight for your wife, if your wife treated you like that, you would not have done anything. Heck, half of you can't take her even taking phone calls from another man. So allowing her to sleep and telling you in your face, to the world, that I slept with your son's best friend, no. And then this fool turns around and writes a song about it, and I do nothing. But a man that I'm thinking I'm strong in, that I can handle, I'm going to run up on stage and slap him. He would not have done that to The Rock, who roasted him. He would not have done that to Terry Crews. He would not have done that to anybody that don't look like him. You know what I mean? So we can stop with that cap right now. The way you handle it, gentlemen, you do what you're supposed to do. You were there. That was your night. You don't let anybody steal your shine. This is your night. Somehow, this turned out to be about her. That's what happened. On your night, your greatest achievement, you worked 30 years to get this. And on your greatest achievement, you had to make a decision because your wife, who goes at you? I mean, talking about your potential sexual inadequacies. She don't care about you. And on your night? And so when y'all see all the apologies, y'all, come on, y'all, get your emotions out of it. That's publicist. That's publicist. That's all that is. That's called damage control. Politicians do it all the time. If you follow politics like I do, this was nothing. You're like, okay, because the real you showed up, the frustration and the anger. And I'm feeling his anger, but it was misguided. It was misguided. Now, it doesn't change my opinion of him. I'm still going to watch his movies. I'm still going to watch his shows and everything else. But I knew he was a simp 2 years ago because ain't no king going to let his queen do stuff. No, that stuff is bad. I'm not saying he should have divorced her, but you got to do something about that. Every time something good happened to you, And you want to talk about the devil? The devil wasn't Chris Rock. The devil was the Jezebel you went home to. No, we don't want to have that discussion. Now, let me bring this to a close. And in my close, let me say this. The part that everybody's missing, this is another part. Well, some of you get it. Immediately after this happened, you had the right wing. You had, those people who don't look like us, the people who want the Academy Awards to stay all white. They were all on Twitter. They were all on social media saying very grotesque things about it, right? I keep telling you, even when I deal with the relationship stuff, when I deal with the sports stuff, everything, even music stuff, I will say this again. I hope you can hear my heart. There's a world you think it should be, and then there's the world that exists. The world that exists now, you in this skin have to be better, 10 times better than them in everything. Because if you are not 10 times better, then you are equal, which makes them better. And that includes how you carry yourself. We're not allowed to express those kind of emotions. We're not allowed to fight. You look at the NBA, mostly black. They fight. They call them thugs, dogs, animals, everything. You look at the hockey, mostly white. They can fight all day and they're celebrated. The game is not level. It is not level for you. And you can stop saying, oh, we want to change. Oh, we do want to change. I'll march with you. But guess what? That's not now. So when you go to the Academy Awards, you have to think about these things. You have the whole weight on your shoulders because you won this. They don't want to give it to you. You won this. Some things are more important than even this person who really means you no good. You need to think about that before you make a mistake because now they looking at all of us like that. This thing is bigger than just some funky little thing right here that you gonna sit in your shelf. Because if you are an icon to us and they have brought you down, that's why you needed consoling because you knew the weight was on your shoulders and you don't have a queen to hold you up. You have a queen that's in competition with you and that competition is killing this man. He's having a mental breakdown in front of us because he's in competition with not only the other actors, not only the other directors, the other moguls or whatever, the millionaires or whatever. He's in competition with his very own spouse who will use him to get content because she can't get in movies like he can. That is a lot to carry. Some of us can't even carry paying bills. This man is carrying a whole weight. But to him, I say, this comes with the territory. To be black and great is a heavy burden. My friend VJ always tells me that it's a curse to be smart. I can attest. Because a lot of times smart people feel like we're on an island by ourselves because the things we see, everybody don't see. And if you express it, they say you too carnal or you too fleshy or you analyze too much. So the stuff that we see, you don't see. We got a third eye. We see more than you. So I understand some about that burden, but I don't have a whole weight of a whole nation of people on my shoulders. But with that great power comes great responsibility, and you need to be able to say, I'm not going to fight this dude because this is what they want. And it's not like you needed to protect her honor. We're talking about Chris Rock, not a barbarian. This doesn't look like Chris Rock. Chris Rock looked like a little scrawny little dude. That was no protecting her honor. She was not on any other threat. For crying out loud, she looked like she could handle her own business. So so when I see this and I'm saying, this is why our forefathers, our ancestors that marched, your Martins, your Malcolms, they understood this. They understood any little thing that they did. Now, Martin did his little do. But we found out about all this when he was dead and his friends ratted him out. But we didn't know about all that because he carried it this way. He knew he had a whole nation of people on his shoulders, but he wasn't going to fight nobody. He wasn't going to do all that crazy stuff. Because you know what the first thing they said? See, they all like this. They all like this. I was reading some of them comments, and I'm sorry. I got some friends. I got people that I genuinely love, but I was like, man, we are starting to get tired of this, but that's a whole nother lie. But that's what I'm saying. So the person that suffered wasn't Chris Rock, wasn't Jada. The person that suffers Will, because he made those decisions and he's going to catch an L. Can y'all imagine what that feels like? That no matter whatever choice you make, you still going to catch an L. If I don't do nothing, I lose here. If I do something, I lose everything. But I love her. She's my everything. And it's like, you got to wrestle with this. And his life, his children are combative. His wife is combative. Now he has to deal with this. Can y'all imagine what this feels like for him? Can y'all imagine the stress? We can't even handle our own wives like that, and we don't have millions. This is why it is important, both gentlemen and ladies, to be careful on who you take in as your wife or husband. This is why it's important, because you're going to end up just like this. So was he wrong? He was absolutely wrong, because he didn't understand the assignment. That's why he was wrong. Not because he was defending his wife. Not because he couldn't, maintain some dignity. He forgot the assignment. You go up and you put the thumb up at the people that said you could not do it. The people that don't want you to get that award. You've got a whole people looking up to you. It's greater than your home stuff, and whatever relationship you got with that is greater than him. It's bigger than that. You missed the assignment, and that's why you were wrong. Those of us who are in leadership, we understand the assignment is bigger than us. It's greater than our only capacity to do whatever we're trying to do. If you are a musician, your leadership is more important than you being able to play. It is greater. It's a greater thing that you need to be able to see. And if you don't, you're going to display error and judgment in the biggest of events, and it's going to cause your downfall. So I would encourage you, those of you, when you take this, go home and you think about this, think about what I'm saying. This issue was bigger. It's bigger. It's bigger than you can ever imagine. And it ain't just as simple as defending your wife. It ain't as simple as that. Okay? So, did y'all enjoy this? Did y'all enjoy the nuggets? I didn't do Hillsong today. I'll do Hillsong next week. Because that's I don't know if y'all saw that. Hillsong, wow, that's a whole thing. But I got a lot to say about Hillsong. I had a lot to say about that. I should have done that, but I wanted to keep this like an hour. We're at an hour. But listen, I'm trying to keep this an hour. I think short programs are better than longer drawn out programs. Okay, so we're going to do better. But I really, really appreciate you guys for joining me. I really do. Eventually, I'm going to open up the lines. I want to hear your voices. I really do want to hear from you. I want to hear what you got to say. When we have topics like this, y'all hear my points. But I want to hear what you got to say. You are the reason why I'm even here. In every aspect, music and everything else. So if I don't hear from you, I can't really know what everybody else is thinking, right? So I'm going to open up the lines probably next week. That documentary, yeah, it was crazy. I'm going to open up the lines next week, okay? And I did get your videos. People want me to talk about things. We will pick up next week. Man, I got a couple of good topics, but next week we're going to deal with one, and then the week after that, we're going to deal with one. But as usual, I would tell you always, and I said this in my job when I was leaving, I said I loved them. And they said, you scare me. But you never know when you're going to see. A lot of people, man, just this past week, we lost a great preacher. His name was Pastor Tyler. And I actually really, really liked him. And I was, he's so cool to me. He always spoke to me, was always so down to earth. He didn't act like, some people, when they get these titles, they go crazy. He wasn't like that. And I really cared for him. And he passed this past week. So keep his family in prayers. Named Pastor Tyler. I forgot his first name. I always just call him Pastor Tyler, or whatever. But he was so cool. And that kind of, it kind of waned on me a little bit because he was so cool. And you hate to see good people leave. Okay, so I will always end my show with telling you, I love you. I love you. And tell somebody you love them before you go to bed tonight. Okay? I love you guys. 2 fingers, 1 love. I'm out.